Hey guys, just want to talk about how Lentor Mansion performed on the Saturday. Because we just passed Saturday passed to Sunday, but just one day itself, it really moved a lot. On Friday alone, it moved 20% on the VIP priority booking. Then Saturday, it moved all the way up to 75%, and I think honestly, I did not expect 75% given the high new PSF thing, harmonization. So many people were making noises here and there. So I kind of thought maybe it will be like 50%, high 50, thereabouts. People are still a little bit cautious. But apparently, no, it was a clean sweep. 2 bedrooms were totally annihilated, gone. 3 bedrooms were only left with these like less than 20% of the units available, because total is almost 200, right? Only left with the big units. The big units layout are not as efficient, so only kind of like expected. But 75% being wiped out by the end of the first launch day is super impressive based on what we are seeing. I'm not saying this is a good thing. Well, of course, it kind of pushes the market. Later, we'll talk a little bit more about it. But this is a new thing. This is the new one that has the post harmonization thing. So we are seeing something new. But it seems like people are just buying and snapping it up like the hottest thing for this year. So anyway, it's a good thing, I would say, for those that are upcoming, that are also affected by the post harmonization thing. It seems that people are very willing to accept based on what Guaco Land has performed in terms of the layout, the amount of the 3 beders being offered at 700 plus square feet. Previously, it was already there at developments at like Affinity, but those were including aircon ledges. Now we are talking about not including aircon ledges. The rooms are not as tiny as those previously, but people are snapping it up even though the PSF are high. So let's take a quick look on at the average. From what I see, on the price list is about high 2,200 plus. I think the highest was for a small unit that was transacted was about very high 2.4, almost to 2.5 already. But then again, this is not even the worst. The worst is like somebody who bought Lentor Mansion, including the aircon ledge, for 2,500 plus already. So now if we compare to some developments that were, a few of them that were built almost within the same period of time, I think this is one of those few that we can find. We don't really have a lot of such examples. But if we go all the way to Floral Drive, we see a few. We pull out all the 99 years. There's quite a lot of first competition in the first place, but let's just not bring in the freehold ones. If we only look at the number 9s, then we have Hedges Park, 2015, Park Olympia, Palm House, and also in Flora just 1 year older. As you can see over this area where there is a very obvious oversupply, right? This 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. Let's not talk about this guy first. This is the newest kid on the block, so understandable that they are selling at this kind of price. That's why it's kind of appreciated and kind of got stagnant here at this point already for the past 1 year plus. But you look at the rest, they were stuck at this level for the longest time until the COVID era. After the post circuit breaker, then things start moving, which kind of follows the rest of the market. But this whole point, even after the TOP effect, because when you go to the show fair, the agents are always pitching to you, TOP effect, once upon TOP, then the prices will pick. This is absolutely not always the case. That's provided if you have taken care of the fundamentals, the macro factors has been taken care of. But if you haven't taken care of that, I'm sorry, the TOP effect is not going to work in your favor. This is exactly what happens. The only reason why they make money and they emerge profitable significantly, of course, people make $1 is also profitable. We're not talking about those, we're talking about net making money after all the costs break even and everything. Only the COVID era, post-COVID era, then they managed to make money. Okay, before that, all these guys were stuck. And this is finally their exit point after so many years. Will Lentor be like this, or is it gonna be even worse? Because this one is only 3 of them, exactly same year. Then if you add this one, this 1 year after, there's 4 of them. Lentor, we are gonna have 7, and that's going to be rather terrifying. Already 5 of them, I think 5, right? 5 of them they already launched. So this is going to be the first thing in Singapore that we are seeing with that intense of a supply and that intense of a age competition. There's going to be ongoing. The other one we'll be looking at, it will be at the west side of Tampines. Those that are staying around that area, the whole stretch of the road lah. As you can see over here, Arc and Tampines, I think naturally it went up because this is an EC. I haven't really seen an EC that loses money. So please, if you really can afford, then go for the EC, provided you're okay with the waiting time. There's quite a lot of years that you're gonna waste off your youth if you are financially capable, of course. And nowadays the EC is not even that cheap. Okay, it's not even that cheap, but it's a bit hard to go wrong. But it's still not easy to enter, especially the bigger units. In fact, now the rich people go and buy EC. That's the unfortunate thing. In a way, the system is kind of broken. But anyway, let's leave that to another day. If we look at the few of them, the others like Waterview, Q-Bay, Santorini. Before we even talk about Alps was quite a thing because it was numerous, but it was launched cheap. But the rest, right, you can see they were all around this level, stuck around this level until the same period post circuit breaker. Then there was an outbreak because the rest of the market moved. A lot of competition in the area, but these guys essentially got stuck. It's not as simple as that. The TOP effect was not as significantly observed in these areas, in this region, in this particular field developments as a lot of people think. That's why it's not so straightforward. Please don't go and jump in just because, it's cheap, it's low quantum, it's affordable, yada yada here and there. There's gonna be a lot more. Gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this again. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more complicated than that. So, for those they already got in Lentor Mansion, we salute you. We thank you for your service to the rest of the market. Because of you guys, everyone else is gonna have higher expectation of PSF, and that's why it's gonna make the rest of our investment look cheap. Thanks to you guys. We appreciate for the service. It's not easy, but you guys have done it. From what I see, it's probably Lentor Mansion is gonna be around here. Okay, Lentor model, this one quite a few units transacted, but high floor. Most of them are very high floor. That's why it's understandable that there was a sudden shot. But we haven't even talked about a full completed quarter yet. So where it's gonna be? Is it gonna stay here, or is it gonna like this, or is it gonna go sideways for quite a while? Because things are still early in this Lentor region. Not to mention there is quite a lot of supply in the first place before Lentor Mansion even before Lentor model even came in the first place. So Lentor, I think is the sad one. Unfortunately, those people that got into Lentor, I think good luck. Previous video I already talked about it, so let's not even talk about it anymore. But Lentor Mansion at this price point, well, today if you are entering at 2,200 plus, then you gotta be able to exit at 2,600 plus. Come on, you gotta really exit at 2,600 plus if your entry 2,200 plus. Will people be biting that price point in about not 2 years, 3 years to come? I think it's a little bit not so easy, not so fast yet for OCR. So anyway, if you look at the PPI, let's not talk about the other two. If you look at the PPI for residential, I already mark out the Q4s. These are the Q1. Thanks to Lentor Mansion, this one there was a surge again. So I'm expecting Q1 2022 to 4 to see another surge thanks to our dear Lentor Mansion. Today just came out on news that February sales is sluggish here and there, and then trying to paint a market sentiment that's not so good. I'm not saying the market sentiment is good. Okay, it's not as good as it used to be, of course, but it's not that gloomy to the extent that as the newspaper article paints it. So the next, being the prophet, being the crystal ball that I am, I hope you can catch my sarcasm. Well, next month's news is gonna come out that home sales rebounded to don't know how many high, don't know whatever. It's because it's straightforward, it's simple. February has had no launch, that's why it was always like this. So news are always backward looking. Don't bank on that, and it doesn't really help. It doesn't really help you to analyze them or understand the market more, because it is quite superficial in that sense. What we see over here for Lentor Modern was, you can see the PPI already jump up. Then we are gonna see likely probably another one that's gonna jump up. Whether this is gonna set off another tweak to cooling measures, that one we don't know. I hope not. I really hope it's not gonna do. But it's only kind of expected because of the harmonization thing. Okay, so the other thing that those people that got in already, they are gonna have a tough time, I would say, to change the mindset, because ultimately quite a lot of people still look at PSF. Of course, my previous video on Lentor Mansion already mentioned that it's not as simple as just looking at PSF, but that's because I've seen all the numbers, I've seen all the charts, I've seen so much data already, so that's why I know it's more deeper than that. But the problem is that you got a whole bunch of hardcore old school PSF fans, guys, the parents, it's all about PSF. There are a lot of people down there who only talk about PSF. It's not as simple as that, but you gotta overcome this stigma before you can really you can make your way to profitability lah. And also the saleable area is smaller, and so that's why you want to scale the same amount of profit with a smaller amount of size then you gotta really move a lot more in terms of PSF. So you can see this is quite a big uphill task to counter all these guys over here. Well, I don't have the solution right now, so I would say that's why I say those guys that got into Lentor Mansion, we guys salute you, man. And while we understand that quantum is cheaper, but just because you can afford it doesn't mean that you have to buy it. Because yes, I understand, compared to the past few Lentor developments, it is cheaper in terms of quantum because of the size, which is, in a way, if you think about it, a lot of people, wow, I can enter, wow, it's like a good deal. But come on, you think about it from a logical point of view, the unit size is smaller, even though the PSF check out quite a bit, but unit size is a lot smaller, and that's why the quantum is lower. And just because of that, it doesn't mean that it is a good deal, because there are also a lot of other macro factors, such as your supply in this entire Lentor area. The new Lentor units are already 3,000 plus of them. I can't remember. Yeah, it should be about 3,000 plus of them, and then that's on top of the current resale ones. Some of them are even freeholds. This Lentor thing just never. I mean, those who are woke, you know what the real situation is. But those who are not, they will just think that quantum is everything, and then they just get in, and then I got this unit. I'm so lucky, I'm so good, because it's one of the rare few in this area. New, there is within 1 km of Sandix, blah blah blah. If it's that straightforward, then nobody will be losing money in property, right? But yeah, that's the way it is. People are just chong it in, don't really know what they're buying. I hope they also make money, because if they make money, then I think it's a little bit difficult for the rest of us to be losing money lah. So anyway, this is the end of what we have for my thoughts on the performance of Lentor Mansion. if you are one of those that they got in already, please make sure you exercise caution, really know what you're doing. If you're buying just for one stay, and that's why the quantum is accessible, is easily accessible to you, then congratulations to you. But if you're buying because you want to make money, you want to flip it in 3 years time, it's gonna take a lot more work and research and due diligence than that lah. Okay, I shall not mention more about that. That will be all we have for today. See you guys. Bye bye.